Welcome to an all-new video from ExecuteAutomation on Katalon Studio. And in this video, we'll be talking about an all-new support of Katalon on Cucumber with BDD. Let's get started. Hi guys, my name is Karthik and I am from ExecuteAutomation.com, and welcome to an all-new video from ExecuteAutomation on Katalon Studio. And today we'll be discussing about Katalon Studio's 5.7 support on Cucumber for behavioral-driven development. This is an all-new feature just released a couple of days before, and this is really cool to see that Katalon Studio now start to support BDD, one of the most community requested feature. So the objective of the video is this. We are going to work with an all-new Katalon Studio 5.7 Cucumber support for BDD. Finally, it is really awesome to see that Katalon Studio now allows to support Cucumber feature as well as a part of the new release. We have been hearing about the Katalon Studio's roadmap on Cucumber support, and today it's finally here. Katalon Studio Cucumber support. Katalon Studio Cucumber support is not just a normal add-on, but rather Cucumber API is directly injected within Katalon Studio itself. So there is no need to download a separate jar and add as an external jar. Rather, it is out of the box supported within Katalon Studio itself. And it automatically glues the step definition with the feature files, which is also really cool because there is no other tools available in the market which actually automatically glues the step definitions other than maybe SpecFlow in Visual Studio. But this tool is completely broken the concept of Cucumber of manually adding a glue. Rather, it is directly available within Katalon Studio itself. And its intelligent mapping of step definition is also really cool to see that Katalon Studio has managed to automatically find the step definition which it has got. So this is the new feature, as you can see in the right hand side of the screenshot. It has the feature file, and you can see the logo itself is still the Cucumber logo, which means they have not modified anything on the Cucumber side just by customizing something. Rather, they have directly used Cucumber within Katalon Studio itself. And you can see that the step definition is currently written in Groovy file, but it is also documented that Katalon Studio supports step definition with any different language bindings, something like C# or Java or something like that. But I have not personally tried it, but Groovy is something which is more promising because Katalon Studio itself runs on Groovy, and it is very easy to work with Groovy because it's much like Java itself. And the Cucumber formatting and identification is something like this. As you can see, if you have a step definition and if you want to format the step definition, you can use this pretty format option to format the scenario. And if you want to find a step, you can do that. And if you want to recalculate the steps, it's also very easy. If you write a new step definition, or if you copy paste the step definition from other file, you can just do a recalculate steps so that it will automatically calculate the steps, and then it will match that for you. So it will also highlight you if the step definition is not matching, or if there is a duplicate step definition, or the step definition doesn't exist at all within your code. So all of these things can be taken care using these options available within Katalon Studio out of the box. This is really cool to see that Katalon Studio can now support running feature file directly from the Katalon Studio editor itself. So you don't really have to run that in command line or something. Rather, you can just hit the run button as usual, like how we do for web automation or API automation. Everything is taken care from the same run button that you have within Katalon Studio. Let's quickly see everything in action and understand how things work. So for that, I'm going to flip to Katalon Studio 5.7 now. Alright, so this is the Katalon Studio 5.7 all new IDE that you can see in here. And this time you can notice very quickly that there is a new folder, something like include, and it has a feature and it has a script folder where you can see that it has separated based on the language specification. So you can add the folder based on the language, I guess, but you can see that it is separated into Groovy, and you can add the package from here. So I have just created a very super simple project here, and I have called it as Katalon Cucumber, and I'm going to start adding the test case here, and then we'll be extending the test case to the feature file, and then we'll see how we can use the feature files along with the step definition in Katalon Studio. And in our next video, we'll see how we can work with a complex type and work with multiple data from the feature file. So let's quickly start creating a new test case, and then I will start creating a feature file here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new test case, and then I'm going to call this as ExecuteAutomation TC1, and I'm gonna hit OK. And here I'm just gonna do a simple recording. But before that, the website that I'm gonna work with is gonna be the ExecuteAutomation demo site. As you can see, this is the very super simple website that I'm gonna use. So I'm just gonna copy this guy, and I'm gonna come here all the way to start recording. So this is the web recorder. The website URL is already pasted here, and I'm gonna choose the browser as Chrome, and you can see the browser has been opened, and I'm gonna start recording here. So admin, and the password is admin as well. I'm gonna hit a login here, and for the initial, I'm just gonna enter KK. First name, I can say it's Karthik. I'm gonna just leave everything as it is. I'm gonna hit save, right? So this is the very super simple recording this time, and you can see that Katalon Studio Recorder is also kind of improved than before. And then we'll be discussing about the smart XPath recordings and things in our upcoming videos of this course. But as of now, just be informed that this Katalon Studio web recorder has improved a lot than before. So I'm gonna hit OK now, and this is the object repository is going to save. So I'm just going to hit OK. All right, everything has been recorded here. So if you try to run this code this time, it is going to run on the Chrome, and then it's going to perform the same operation that you can basically do with normal Katalon Studio record and playback, right? So this is pretty normal. But now, instead of running the code from the scripted mode that we have been doing so long in our Katalon Studio course, we are going to make use of Cucumber BDD. So I'm going to create an all new feature file this time. Just select this new feature file. I'm not going to create a folder for now. And then I'm just going to call this as login feature. So basically we did a login, and we also entered some details for the user form, but I'm just going to call this as login feature. And then I'm going to hit OK. And then we can also create a new feature file later, but as of now, let it be the login feature. And you can see once I create a login feature, it automatically creates a template for me, something like author, keyword summary, features, and what is the features it is, and what are the list of scenarios it has got, and things of that nature. So it has everything in here, so I can start working from it. So which is really cool, because this template is very easy and straightforward. And once again, this is pretty straightforward feature, guys. This is like how you work with the Cucumber BDD. Pretty much the same thing. There is no change in the keyword here. Katalon Studio has not made any customized changes. They have kept community people in mind, so that people who come with the BDD background will have a clear understanding of how to work with Cucumber BDD. So this is really cool to see that it is pretty much exactly the same Cucumber that you work with Java or C#, right? So I'm just gonna call this as add login feature. And you can see that it is automatically showing some yellow color. So if you just hover there, it says that multiple markers at this line. So this one does not have matching blue code, for example, on line number 33. So there is no matching code here. And Katalon Studio has managed to recognize that this guy is missing, which we know because we have not implemented that yet. And I'm going to call this as smoke for now. And the feature name that we're going to test is basically a login feature. So I'm just going to call this as test the login functionality of the application. And for the scenario, instead of scenario outline, I'm just going to use scenario for now. We'll be discussing about scenario outline in our upcoming videos of this course, but as of now, let it be scenario, and then I'm going to start writing the scenario. And you can see that the color coding is also very cool to see in Katalon Studio. It also shows that you have written a correct syntax of scenario. For instance, if I just give a space here, you can see it becomes black color. So if I just put a colon, and then if I hit space, the color changes to brown, which means it is now recognized as a syntax. So test the login functionality. So I'm going to say, given I navigate to the login page and I enter the username and password. So I can say like the username as admin and password as admin as well. And I click the login button, then I should see the home page, something like that, right? Pretty straightforward, normal Cucumber BDD scenario. And then if I want to generate the step definitions here, this is kind of downside for now because the team is currently working on generating the step definitions. It is not yet ready. So if you just try to do a find steps, it's not going to do anything, or if you try to recalculate steps, it's not going to do anything, or there is nothing called as generate step definition for now. Maybe in future versions of Katalon Studio, they are going to release this cool feature. But as of now, you have to manually write the step definition by yourself, but you can still use this option of what is called as step definition from here. This will generate a template step definition so that you can see how the step definition is going to look like, and then you can start working from there. Again, it's going to be pretty straightforward and easy, as like how you do with Cucumber, Java, and something like that. So I'm just going to choose the new step definition here, and I'm just going to give a name here. So I'm just going to call this as com EA and steps, and the class name is going to be login steps, and I'm just going to hit OK. So you can see that this is a GUI. So login steps.GUI is created automatically, and you can see this is a template for me. So it automatically imported all the different kinds of stuff it is required within a step definition. You can see that it has also imported the object repository, because if you're going to use the code from the object repository which you have used for recording the test cases, you can use that as well as a part of the login steps here, right? So all the different kinds of packages which is required for the step definition is already imported for you, so you don't really have to worry about importing anything out of the box. So I'm just going to use this template of the code to start writing the feature file, because as of now this is the limitation Katalon Studio team has, but in future they are going to improve that as well, right? So finger crossed on that. And I'm going to go to the login feature, and I'm just going to copy this step from the feature, and then I'm just going to paste it over here. So you can see there's a regular expression to paste the value here, to pass it as a parameter, pretty much like how we do with the Cucumber Java. So I'm just going to paste this guy, right? And I can say that I navigate to login page, something like that. As of now, you can see it's kind of ugly, but it's fine for now, just to prove the point that how the Cucumber code is actually working. And I'm just going to remove the parameter, because we don't really have any parameter in there. And I'm going to go here. You can see that now if I just do a recalculate step, boom, you can see that the yellow color is gone, which means this code has been automatically implemented. And you can see that magically the glue of the feature file with the step definition is taken care. Really, really cool. And now I'm going to start working with this particular steps. I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to paste it here. And here I'm just going to, since this is going to be in double quotes, so I'm just going to put this in single quote here, something like this. And this guy is going to be in double quote dot star. So we can just pass string. So the string is going to be from java.lang username string password, right? And this one is going to be coming in here for the username and password. And next thing is going to be, and I click the login button. So let me also save this. And now if I just do a recalculate steps, you can see this has been mapped already. So these things are going to be pretty much same like how you did for the first step, right? So I'm just going to do it very quickly. All right, everything is done. And now if I go to the login features and do a recalculate steps, you can see everything has been mapped. Really, really cool. But if you try to go from here, I mean, if you want to navigate a step definition from here, right clicking and do something like navigate to step definition or something like that, or maybe if you just want to highlight this particular step, and then if you want to click it like something like go to definition, as of now it is currently not supported, but I guess this will be supported soon by the Katalon upcoming version or something like that. But as of now, this is kind of little limitations. Something like generating a step definition and navigating this step definition is currently not possible, but maybe in upcoming version it is going to be supported as well. And now it's time to start running the code. But before I start running the code, let's do a small test maybe. I'm going to go here, and then I'm just going to do a println. I guess I could able to print it. Navigate to login. I just want to see if it really prints the value of username, password of the password. Just going to save it just for now, and let's try to run this code. So how to execute this code? It's very, very simple. Just go to the login feature here, and select this execution thing. It's pretty much same and straightforward thing. So I'm just going to run this. I'm just going to choose Chrome browser. I know it's not going to make any sense, but you can see that it has run the test and it has successfully got passed because we have written nothing in there. And if you come to the console and if you see what's really happening behind the scene, you can see that it is starting a test case like verification, and it is doing an action, something like a run feature file. So this is a method which is available within Katalon Studio where it is going to run a feature file which is specified in this particular folder. Because you're running an exactly one feature file, it is going to run the feature file that you have selected. But if you want to run all the feature files within this particular folder, you can do that as well. But as of now, we're not going to discuss about that. We'll be discussing about that in our upcoming videos of this course. But there is a possibility that you can also run all the feature files within the include folder or within the features folder, right? But you can see that it has automatically chosen the feature file that we are executing, which is nothing but login feature. And then it's going to extract the report to this particular folder. You can see there is a folder in here where it is extracting the Cucumber reports for you. So let me copy this. I have never seen this, how it looks like. And I'm going to open the Finder over here, Control-Shift-G. I'm going to paste this guy. I'm going to hit OK. You can see there is a Cucumber report here and there is a folder here. So it automatically generates things for us. Really, really cool. So let me open this particular index.html file, and you can see that it has in fact generated a pretty HTML file for us as well, because by default the pretty HTML report is generated for the Cucumber report. Now you can ask me where you can look at that. So you can do this if you just double click this guy, or sorry, if you just right click this guy, and if you just go to the run as, there is something called as run configurations, or I guess it's from the preference. No, sorry. If you just right click run configuration, and oops, what happened? So you can see there is a run, there is a Cucumber feature folder. If you just double click this, you can see there is a new configuration created. By default, the Cucumber feature has this pretty formatter and a monochrome formatter generated for you, right? But if you want to add the JSON formatter for your customized test reporting or something like that, you can use that as well. And you can see the progress, rerun, and usage things, right? So you can do all of them. And there is a glue which has set the class path automatically for you. And everything is automatically taken care by the Katalon Studio, as I told in the slide itself, right? So that's why you can see there is a report being generated for you in this particular folder, right? So this is what is happening. And then it's running this particular feature file because we have asked it to run it. And then it is entering the username and password. And you can see that this time it is also printing the username as admin and the password as admin, which we are trying to print, which means the value that we are passing as a parameter is also being supplied within this particular step definition. Cool. And then it's executing that. And once the whole test is being executed, it is saying passed the feature file, this guy, and then it's doing an end action of run feature file. So the start action has now come to an end, and then verification accomplished successfully. So this marks the test as passed and the verification is done, and then end test case verification, right? Cool. So this is the life cycle of how the execution is actually happening behind the scene in Cucumber. So this is how you can do the execution. The next thing is mapping the test case with this guy. It's very, very simple and straightforward, as easy as how you do with the script mode of the code. So all you have to do is just copy this code and come all the way here to the step definitions maybe. So it says, I navigate to the login page, copy paste these guys. So simple it is. And you can see all the reference are already taken care by you by the Katalon Studios template thing. So you can see I don't really have to add anything in here. And then I enter the username and password. So I'm just going to delete it, copy that, and I'm going to paste this over here. And since the username and password are being supplied, you saw that it's being supplied. So I'm just going to do that, username and password. And then you need to click the login button. So which I'm going to do that from here. So I'm just going to copy. I'm going to paste it over here. And then I should see the home page. I have not did the verification. I know I have not did the verification. So as of now, I'm just going to assume that assertions has been done. It's just an assumption. I have not did that. I know it's not taken care. So now we are going to run a real test case which is recorded by Katalon Studio within the Cucumber feature, right? So now I'm going to choose the browser as Chrome. I'm just going to run the new session. So this time it is going to open a browser for me. You can see that. Really, really cool. And it's also entering the username and password as admin and admin. Very cool. So let me change this as maybe admin password or something like that, so that you can see the differentiation. And now if I run that in a new session again, so this time it should enter me username as admin and password as admin password. So you can see it has entered that, and boom, test has been successfully completed. And we can also see the report which is generated. And once again, the report folder is going to be changing every time, so it's not going to be the same folder. So if I go to the finder here, you can see this time it has entered a new folder for me. So there you go. So this is the HTML report. Let me double click that. Admin, and the password is admin password. And this is the new report, right? But as of now, don't worry about the reporting. You can extend pretty much how we did with the Cucumber Java. We have a course in ExecuteAutomation YouTube channel. You can go ahead and look at that. It has pretty much everything that you can do with the Cucumber HTML report as well. That's it, guys. This is how you can leverage the power of Cucumber within Katalon Studio. In our next video, we'll see how we can work with tables, complex data types, and how Katalon Studio will automatically maps the table value and pass the value within test cases in step definition. So that's it, guys. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video, and have a great day.